From Hart Park in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, on a overcast night with a chance of rain, but one that is dry right now nonetheless. A key match in the Lakeshore Conference of the WPSL's Central Region, as tonight, FC Milwaukee Torrent takes on Green Bay Glory with their sights on trying to take home yet another conference title and making their way into the WPSL postseason. Good evening, everyone. This is FC Milwaukee Torrent Soccer on the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube channel. Dan Pfeiffer with you high above the west side of Hart Park's pitch as tonight. FC Milwaukee Torrent with a record of 5-1-1 goes up against Green Bay Glory with a record of 2-4-2. And we mentioned this is a key match. FC Milwaukee Torrent at the moment 2 points behind Bavarians in the standings, but they also have one more match left to play than the Bavarians have. Right now, as you can see with the standings on your screen, FC Milwaukee Torrent level with Chicago House AC as a result of handing House their first loss of the season this past Sunday, a 1-0 victory for FC Milwaukee Torrent here at Hart Park, in which Lolo Ocek scored a goal in the 84th minute to keep the Torrent's hopes alive in the Lakeshore Conference. Now again, Bavarian United does have an extra match as compared to the Torrent right now. They have yet to lose a match this season. However, they have 3 draws at the moment. And basically, what has to happen tonight for FC Milwaukee Torrent, they not only have to win this match, they have to be conscious of goal differential. We are not wholly sure of how all of the tiebreakers are going to play out with goal differential, in part because what's impacting the standings right now is the fact that Milwaukee City AFC has forfeited a couple matches, including one to House, in which there just were no goals to be scored because it was a forfeit. So we're going to have to see exactly how they're going to evaluate things out in that regard. However, Torrent, first things first, has to take care of business tonight against this Green Bay Glory squad that they have already faced a couple different times this season. They saw them in the USASA Amateur Cup on May 27th. They got a 6-3 victory in that one to advance to the national semifinals of the USASA Amateur Cup. And then on the other side, they did play once in WPSL play a couple weeks ago up in Green Bay at Aldo Santega Stadium. The Torrent got a 4-1 win in that match. If anything, FC Milwaukee Torrent would like to get that 4-goal victory tonight so that they can max out the goal differential this evening, because that may play into things. We had to pull down the standings because we do have the match now underway. But at the moment, Torrent 2 goals behind Chicago House in goal differential. And remember, that does include the fact that the Torrent have actually played City AFC 2 times, whereas House got a forfeit win from City. It looks like City, we'll have to see. They are scheduled tonight to play House one more time, but we have a feeling that City may not show up for that one. It is scheduled for up at Eline Soccer Park this evening, but House has forfeited its last 2 matches. The last time they actually went out and played, it was an 18-0 defeat at the hands of FC Milwaukee Torrent, and once the differential gets above 4 goals in a match, it no longer counts towards the goal differential in the standings. The league does not encourage piling on in such a manner. So that's where we're at. Hey, match is underway here. Let's talk about what we have in front of us. For FC Milwaukee Torrent, might not have been able to hear the intros. We understand we had an audio issue when it came to the introduction. Shay Krakowski, Ellie Redmond, Layla Kelbell, Lolo Ocek, Emily Petring, Ashlyn Skinner Barrett, Maya Wilson, Greta Hansen, Abby Hall, and Tori Crivello are the 10 field players that are in front of Kate Hopma, your keeper tonight, who also plays for the Drake Bulldogs. Meanwhile, for the Green Bay Glory, Maya Alberts, Emily McCarthy, Mallory Herber. As we get a breakaway for the Glory, top of the 18, staying with her line is Hopma, but Hopma gets beat, and that quickly, in the 2nd minute of the match, the Green Bay Glory, before we even have a chance to name the 10 players on the field, gets a goal to start things out. Well, that flips the script early on. It's 1-0 in favor of the Glory. A breakaway for the Glory that early in the match. It's on, it's in, and the Glory take a 1-0 lead. Hopma kind of got caught in no man's land. She was at the edge of the 6.
15.
Goal scored by Lainey Weichert, her 5th of the season, that leads the Green Bay Glory. It comes on a breakaway again in the 2nd minute.
The goals came in the 2nd minute.
So now FC Torrent has some work to do. As mentioned, they'd like to get the win tonight, and not just get the win, but get it by 4 goals. And that's a ball that gets through the back line. Chasing it down is Emily McCarthy. She's in front of the last defender at the edge of the 6. Save made by Hopma first time. And then knocked about inside the 18. Glory will possess. That's Weichert, the goal scorer on the far side. She plays the ball towards the top of the 18. Glory maintained possession. Torrent pushing forward, susceptible to the counter not once but twice already in this match. With a goal already on the board, we can tell you once again about the Glory's first 11 as we get the offside flag up here. Maya Alberts, Emily McCarthy, Mallory Herber, Wiley Winrick, Jenna Scholes, Michaela Legois, although she goes by Kirch per her maiden name Kirchner, Abigail Lom, Lainey Weichert, Allison Roche, and Jenna Bauman are the 10 field players for the Glory in front of Bella Jones, a product of the Nina Rockets, who is now a Blue Gold at UW-Eau Claire. What a start, though, for Green Bay Glory. They did get a goal in that matchup 2 weeks ago on June 10th up at Aldo Centega Stadium, the facility that UW Green Bay has done a lot of work to make an outstanding soccer-only facility up there in Green Bay. Wiley Winrich scored that goal in the 49th minute for Glory. However, they are already down 2-0 at that point in time. That's a ball played forward. My goodness, the Green Bay Glory have come out with an attacking mindset tonight, and the Torrent caught flat-footed early on in this contest, so they are down 1-0 already in this one, as Weichert got it on the breakaway and was able to convert. Rolling that back, and to just give you kind of the commentary on how that broke down, Torrent had a throw-in, as once again Glory have it inside the 18. That one's played across, and we'll get a goal kick for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Nice little square ball, and then a through ball. Perhaps some question as to whether or not on the goal Weichert was onside. But a clinical finish. Looked like she was onside looking at it a second time. Abby Hall was in a central defensive position for FC Milwaukee Torrent, and she was a step or two behind where Weichert was when she first made the run, but Weichert had gotten past her defender on the wing, was unmarked, and was on the run. She took it. She was able to head about 25 yards down the pitch and then slotted one beautifully past Kate Hopma to Hopma's right. Here we are talking about what the Torrent need in terms of getting a big victory. That'll be another offside call against Glory, and you can see the Torrent are playing a bit of a high line right now, and Green Bay Glory is looking to take advantage. Wow, Elliot Bordini's club has come out with the right plan of attack tonight against FC Milwaukee Torrent and has caught the Torrent by surprise. Although we have now seen the offside flag go up at least a couple different times here against Glory as they've been a little bit too far out ahead of that high line for FC Milwaukee Torrent. That's a ball over the top. Flag does not go up. Far side, Maya Wilson cross into the middle, but it's recovered by Bella Jones. This is like talking about a Milwaukee Wave game early on here. 7th minute of the match. And the Glory have come out with an attacking mindset. The Torrent have had a couple opportunities to try and counter. Ball over the top. That'll be played by Tori Crivello, who is out there tonight for FC Milwaukee Torrent. New addition for the Torrent to the first 11 tonight. Good pedigree, Brookfield Central alum. If you're familiar with any of my work, you know I may have very similar allegiances when it comes to my high school past. She is currently attending school at Carroll University, no longer Carroll College. Previously went to St. Thomas after she completed her outstanding schooling at Brookfield Central. Call on the far side. We'll have another free kick for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Torrent playing right now with 3 truly in the back at the moment. Shea Krakowski kind of playing a central defensive midfield position in the interior diamond for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Ball played wide. Glory looking to act quickly. They are not intimidated by the pressure that the Torrent are applying, particularly in the back. Ball played long by Allison Roche. Also playing very direct, really looking to slot it through those 3 backs for FC Milwaukee Torrent right now. Played to the near side by Hopma. Glory with a good complement of substitutes available. Offside flag goes up. Emily McCarthy was a good 3 yards off. Unlike what we saw with Chicago House AC this past weekend, where they only had 1 substitute available, and then when they suffered an injury or two, were in a position where they really didn't have a lot of options. Torrent were able to break down House and, of course, get that late goal, key goal by Lola Wojcik in the 84th minute. Another opportunity, another breakaway for Glory. Talking about House. Ball gets underneath Jenna Bauman. We're going to have a whistle and a foul call as Bauman fell on top of the ball. Hopma pleading her case, saying, hey, I have every right to go after the ball with my hands. She does not. Part of the privilege I get from wearing this tie-dyed purple and white kit that I'm wearing here, and the referee agrees. So we'll have a free kick here for Hopma. But my goodness, Green Bay Glory have come out in this match really looking to make runs on this back line for FC Milwaukee Torrent, and let's see if they do it again here. Just trying to stay on side. Question there as to whether or not she was on, but level is on. Down goes the defender in the form of Crivello. She's able to clear the ball away momentarily from Emily McCarthy, but the ball goes out across the goal line, and it will be a corner kick for Green Bay Glory. We are 10 minutes into this match, and we've barely been able to take a breath. Cross into the box, headed away initially by FC Milwaukee Torrent. Controlled by the Torrent. Physical play on the part of the Glory. Maya Alberts having none of it. The Lawrence University product. Couple pushes and shoves, and the Glory are able to win a throw-in. Torrent looked a little shell-shocked right now. Lola Wojcik just trying to get her wits about her after getting knocked down there, and the Glory have come out a team inspired early on in the first 12 minutes of this match. That's going to be stripped away, though, by FC Milwaukee Torrent. Well off her line is Bella Jones. She will send it away. Prevents the Torrent from getting a breakaway scenario. Yeah, there was no feeling out process in this match tonight. Green Bay Glory came out with a plan and executed it within the first 2 minutes of the contest. Throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent as things finally slow down just a shade. Headed out, another throw in to come for the ladies in blue. Torrent wearing their traditional home blue kits tonight. Gradient of colors from that light blue up around the shoulders down to the rich royal blue at the bottom of the shorts. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Glory not going with white. Instead, choosing to go with their home strip tonight. Black, purple numbers, some green trim. Cross into the box, headed towards goal with pace, but Hopma able to take it on a bounce. Opportunity for Jenna Bauman, who has 2 goals on the season. Took the outstanding serve from Weichert, who had the goal in that second minute. Ball played to the near side. That'll get past the Glory defense. Chasing it down is Skinner Barrett, edge of the 18. Plays one ball into the middle. 2 Torrent players there. Scuttled away by Glory. They'll send it out across the goal line. Corner kick FC Milwaukee Torrent. Right idea by Skinner Barrett. Had 2 Torrent players on the run. But good recovery by the Glory, and they were able to clear it. resulting in this corner upcoming. We mentioned, too, last week that, or this past weekend, that finding ball kids has at times been an issue for FC Milwaukee Torrent, unfortunately. If you've got a club out there that you think would be interested, a youth club, in joining us for a match and being our ball kids, head to fcmilwaukeetorrent.com and find some info. Cross, headed up and over the top of the goal. It'll be a goal kick for the Glory. Good run on the far side. Shot up and over for Skinner Barrett. As a result, we have had, in the last couple matches, soccer balls that, with this track surrounding the brand new surface here at Hart Park, nothing to slow them down, so they've just, to quote a late 90s rap/rocker, been rolling. I was just asked if I can make another Limp Bizkit reference at some point during the match tonight, and I believe the answer is I cannot, because I do not think I know another song by said artist. Could reference Uncle Kracker in addition to Limp Bizkit, but that would probably be too many carbs. So, ball in the middle for FC Milwaukee Torrent as we're playing all the hits of the 90s here. Nice ball played out to the far side. Skinner Barrett inside the 18, holding on to her dribble. Low cross. Actually, that'll be a left-footed shot on the keeper. Jones saved. Thought she might be looking to play that to someone onto the other side, but by going with that low cross, and we know the Torrent love those low crosses, was able to actually play one on frame, and Jones, perhaps thinking more about the cross, had to adjust. And then we get a ball on the other side that is a high cross, but coming off her line to field it out of the air is Kate Hopma. Torrent get the shot. Glory go on the counter. Don't get a shot per se at the other end, but do get an opportunity. Now we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Glory players almost in a line at about the 40-yard line of the gridiron football field. This will be headed over to the far side as FC Milwaukee Torrent, with that many Glory players in the back, will try and punch a hole through that giant line of Glory, if you will. Taken away by the Glory. Trip, foul against FC Milwaukee Torrent. And we'll get a talking to between our referee, Namius Gutierrez, and Layla Kelbell. Still down on the far side is the fouled Glory player. That's Allison Ross. She will be pulled back up to her feet. Rosh, one of a number of players on this Green Bay Glory team that is familiar with Aldo Santaga Stadium from also being part of the Green Bay Phoenix Horizon League program. She started her college career at UW Eau Claire as a Blue Gold. Wausau West product, the Warriors. Long ball on the part of the Glory, played to the back. They're going to pressure Hopma tonight, it looks like, and the backs of FC Milwaukee Torrent. Torrent really did a lot of work building out of the back in the match against House. House as well at times, too. So the Glory, they've watched their film. Attempt at a quick pass, one touch, taken away momentarily by the Glory, but the Torrent get possession back quickly. Played back, and Abby Hall will play it all the way back to the keeper, Hopma. Yeah, the match this weekend between Torrent and House, a great match, but also an interesting match from a tactical perspective. And here now, too, we see FC Milwaukee Torrent. They're willing to be patient, and they want to see Glory expend a little bit of energy. If anything here, you saw Torrent not go to the bench as much as they have in a number of other matches. And granted, when you have FC Milwaukee Torrent going up against the likes of Milwaukee City AFC and beating them 11-1 and 18-0, as they did in the 2 times they played City before City had their couple forfeits the last couple weeks, you do want to have your better players out on the pitch more when you're in situations where, yes, you're playing a 0-0 draw and you need the 3 points and you don't score until the 84th minute to decide the result of the match. That's a ball played over to the far side. Everyone got wrong-footed for a second. Ellie Redmond chases it down, saves it from going out beyond the goal line, then decides to pass out beyond the edge of the 18. Ball sent into the box. 3 Torrent players make a run, but it's headed away by the Glory. That one will go over the top on the part of Redmond with the left foot, but it is fielded easily by Bella Jones. Correction, that was Lola Wojcik who played that ball into the box, but Jones able to handle it. Ball pushed forward. Possessed once again by Green Bay Glory. That is Kirch, Michaela Lagoas, formerly Michaela Kirchner. Still goes by Kirch as her mononym, as you will. One touch for the Torrent, but it's too heavy. Bella Jones able to field. We do have a substitute at the table for Green Bay Glory. Appears to be Kelly Drexler. We should say Callie Drexler. Appleton North product, one of a couple players on the Glory roster who attends Illinois Springfield. Cross too far over the goal line into the long jump pit at Hart Park. And now we will get the substitution. That is Drexler coming on for Green Bay Glory.
Coming out for the Glory, number 20, Callie Drexler.
She will replace Jenna Scholes. Illinois Springfield goes by the title of UIS. They are the Prairie Stars. Drexler had 1 goal for the Prairie Stars last year at Truman State on September 21st in 67 minutes of action. Mallory Herber on the Green Bay Glory roster, also a Prairie Star. So a little bit of a connection there between the Glory and Illinois Springfield, UIS. Don't know if there's any connection to Buffalo Springfield, but there is something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. So we've got Limp Bizkit, Uncle Kracker, and Buffalo Springfield we've already mentioned in the broadcast tonight. I don't know how many more artists we can work in this evening. Ball over the top. Unable to get up to get a head on it for the Torrent is Emily Petring, but we will get a whistle and a foul call. Not happy about that call, Emily McCarthy, even though she was not involved with the play. Torrent tried to restart quickly, but they had the ball too far forward from where the foul occurred, so Nemias Gutierrez will call the ball back, and the Torrent will have to restart with more of a free kick than anything. Actually, they're going to call this back even further. The offside flag went up, so they're going to say this has to go back to where that occurred. Another substitute comes to the table for Green Bay Glory. That is Mess Morrissey. Brianna Morrissey, formerly Brianna Messner. Also another one who goes by that Mess mononym nickname. Now we have a booking. Yellow card appears to have been shown to Layla Kelbell for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Both sides not happy with the calls at the moment.
Coming up for the Glory, number 26, Brianna Morrissey. Yellow card, FC Milwaukee Torrent, number 7, Layla Kelbell. Yellow card, Torrent, Kelbell.
That booking against Kelbell, her second of the season. We'll go back and review the video here to see what we can see in terms of why that card came out. after the play, Kelbell came up and attempted to make a play on the ball, but caught Kirch's back leg in the process. And anytime you commit what essentially is a foul while the ball is not yet in play, the official will certainly have to consider going to his pocket, and such was the case for Nemius Gutierrez in that situation. So it's a booking for Kelbell in the 22nd minute. Glory again with this 1-0 advantage on the strength of a shock goal in the 2nd minute of this match. Torrent maybe not expecting the Glory to come out with this approach. On the season, WPSL play, Glory with 13 goals to the good, 17 scored against them. Out to touch, throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent. And as mentioned, that first match between Torrent and Glory up at Eldo Santega Stadium on June 10th was a 4-1 win for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Torrent, of course, have scored 43 goals on this season through 7 matches in the WPSL. However, you have to keep in mind that of those, 29 came against Milwaukee City AFC. So subtract those away, and in the other 5 matches, they've scored 14 goals, which is still quite the total. Torrent have allowed 9 goals on the season, and if we're going to be fair, if we're going to give you a number where we subtract the goals the Torrent scored, keep in mind the lone goal of the season that City scored came here at Hart Park. It was an 11-1 final when Torrent played City AFC here. So 8 of those goals that Torrent have allowed have come against clubs other than Milwaukee City AFC. Given the nature of those matches, certainly hit the goal differential limit. Appearing to be offside was Emily McCarthy. Holding off on putting up his flag is our near side linesman. Nemius Gutierrez also lets things continue as Kate Hopma will simply take the ball and punt it away for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Better continuity in that circumstance, especially since there was no touch for the Glory. Ball played to the near side. Skinner Barrett with some room initially, however, she decides to settle, plays the ball towards the edge of the 18. Wojcik unable to cut it down. Attempted clearance by the Glory is picked up by Skinner Barrett. Attempted cross into the box, knocked down by the Glory. They'll play a ball towards the near side. Bauman turns on it. She's got room to run. Taking it with the dribble, playing a through ball. That'll get past Crivello, far side. Weichert, who had the goal earlier, looking for a cross. Nothing there at the edge of the 18. Takes it outside the 18 on the dribble. Finds a couple teammates there. Now we'll get the whistle, and the offside flag not only will go up, but it will fly off the flagstaff of the near side linesman. And I think someone needs to go to Stefan Soccer Supply and get himself a new offside flag. That's really offside when the flag comes off the flagstaff. And Nemius Gutierrez, the official, is going up there to say we can't have that. And one of the trainers for FC Milwaukee Torrent will head over and maybe find a zip tie or some crazy glue or some tape. There you go. Just a little tape around there to make sure that flag stays on there. Almost thought there was a challenge there on the part of the near side linesman. Throw the red flag. Substitution for the Glory.
Coming out for the Glory, number 9, Haley Leadingham.
Haley Leadingham comes on for Green Bay. She replaces Abby Lom. Another Kimberly Papermaker on this Glory roster. She'll take a breather for the Glory. Ball out to touch. Throw in for the Glory on the far side. 27th minute. This match has had a little bit of everything. We've had some Limp Bizkit. We've had flying flags, literal flying flags. And we had an early goal for Green Bay Glory, and that's why they've got the 1-0 advantage right now. Weichert on the breakaway. Feels like we're having a little too much fun for being down 1-0 right now here in the Torrent camp. Edge of the 18. It looked like on the touch, it ricocheted off of Crivello and then off of the Glory player out beyond the goal line, and as a result, we have a goal kick for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Just too heavy of a touch on that far side. Torrent, they'll work from the right wing out of the back. Looking for Redmond, far side. Contact with Redmond. Redmond grabs for her back as she goes down. That's not a good sign. Let's see if they award the throw or a free kick here. They'll go with the throw. Redmond still holding her lower back with her right hand. Sometimes when there's torque on that kind of contact, it can do odd things to your lower back in those situations, and she's still reaching for that lower back right now, so something to keep an eye on that side. These are all finely tuned athletes. That's a ball over the top, headed by Glory out towards their technical area. Throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Skinner Barrett near side. But when you're bracing to make a play on the ball, nice move on the ball. Petring in the box, up and over the top. No. But a good run by Petring. And she'll be helped back to her feet by Skinner Barrett. Good teamwork as well. Petring tried to play it over the top. Bella Jones played it over the top of the crossbar as well. But back with Redmond on that far side, you place and you get ready to torque, and you're putting all of that strength into torquing your body, and then all of a sudden there's an interruption, an adjustment, and your muscles feel that and can seize up, and the torque is still ongoing, which means you have muscles that might get twisted in directions they're not supposed to. And as someone who has slipped a disc or two in my time, that's not a great feeling when something in your back gets thrown into a place that you weren't expecting it to be. So we'll keep an eye on Redmond as this match goes on. Hopefully she's okay. Foul against Green Bay Glory. So we'll get a set piece here for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Abby Hall over the ball, and we have seen Abby Hall score some spectacular goals this season. She has put a couple in from upwards of 45 yards out on the campaign. Let's see if she can put one on Bella Jones or past Bella Jones in this circumstance. She's 34 yards out right here, up and over the top of the crossbar. She doesn't put it on frame, but she threatens. Bella Jones is able to watch that one go over, but let me tell you something. Abby Hall, fresh out of Illinois State, Brookfield East Spartan, once upon a time, set piece specialist for FC Milwaukee Torrent. 5 goals on the season. 4 of those did come against Milwaukee City AFC, but I'll tell you what, among those goals, one of those was one of those long-range strikes that Milwaukee City AFC, Manchester City, don't care what club it was, that would have been a goal against just about any keeper in the country. By the way, Carrie Giocaris, Green Bay Glory co-owner and longtime player, comes on for the Glory. She replaces Emily McCarthy. Another foul against Green Bay Glory. So this time it'll be 40 yards out from goal, straight on. And once again, it'll be Abby Hall. She can definitely put it in from here. Takes the shot. That goes well up and over. Would have thought she maybe would have taken something off of it compared to the last set piece, but ended up putting more juice behind it, and it goes well over the goal. Didn't even have a chance really to talk about the weather conditions before the Glory scored their first goal of the match. 70 degrees at the start of this one. Again, overcast skies. Very slight wind coming from your right to your left on whatever device you may be watching this game tonight. We did have some heavy rains in Milwaukee overnight last night, and there's been a threat of rain throughout the day. It's overcast, although, again, that threat has subsided as the day has gone on. 15% chance of rain is what they said at the start of this match. Waves off of Lake Michigan 1 to 2 feet, according to the fine folks with the National Weather Service this evening. Look at the Glory. Again, trying to play it just a very direct ball through the 2 defenders for the Torrent, but they do collapse, and they don't allow Weichert to get to that ball. They'll work out of the back. Pressure applied by the Glory. You do see Carrie Giocaris back there. Whistling a offside call against FC Milwaukee Torrent, and look at Green Bay Glory. They want to get this thing started up quickly again. Before they can, though, we'll get another substitute for the Glory. This will be Havana Brockington coming on for the Glory. Correction, Lucy Kwidzinski.
Coming up for the Glory, number 16, Lucy Kwidzinski. At least that's what 16 is, right?
Kwidzinski, an alum of Notre Dame Academy, as well as the University of Wisconsin lacrosse. Ball goes out to touch as again, Glory quickly down the pitch. Another throw in for the Glory. Inside the 18, sliding challenge. Skinner Barrett able to clear it out over the touchline. Throw in once again for Glory. Throw in taken by Herber. Herber gets it back. Heads it back to Mess. In the box. Torrent able to surround it enough to keep Giocaris from getting to the ball. And that allows Hopma to handle it and then send it back out into play with a throw to the near side. Abby Hall, ball played back towards Hopma. Again, more pressure applied by the Glory in the attacking third, even without possession. They get possession back. Drexler finds Alberts. We have two Alberts on the pitch tonight. You have Maya Alberts for the Glory. Madison Edgewood Product High School-wise attends Lawrence. And then you also have Adriana Alberts, who is available to FC Milwaukee Torrent off the bench. Adriana Alberts, Brookfield East product, attending Marquette University. Skinner Barrett offside. Flag goes up. Both of these teams playing very high lines. As a result, you have seemingly a mass of 20 players in the middle of the pitch right now, and that's why you're seeing so many of these balls over the top, through balls, trying to get past that back line, because with these high lines that the teams are playing in the back, you have attackers right on those high lines, and ultimately in this match, goodness knows, FC Milwaukee Torrent wants goals. Certainly while they're down 1-0 right now, but even once they find an equalizer, even assuming that they do, which isn't necessarily a safe assumption, trying to get one right here. Edge of the box, Kel Bell. Too heavy of a touch for the Torrent. Goes back to Glory. They'll look to counter. Working her way around Shea Krakowski. Jenna Bauman sends it out to the wing. Weichert. She's got good speed. Edge of the 18. Ball deflected. The only question is, was it over the goal line first? No, it was not. Goes out across the goal line. Corner kick, Green Bay Glory. Tori Crivello really being challenged tonight. Back on this Torrent roster. The Glory have almost gone at Crivello at times this evening. New presence in the back for FC Milwaukee Torrent, and they do have the one goal, but they feel like Lainey Weichert has the speed, the Green Bay Phoenix player, to challenge and beat Crivello. In the box, sent out over the goal line by Wojcik. Another corner kick to come for the Glory, this time from the near side. One of the Glory supporters has a vuvuzela there, apparently trying to relive a few World Cups past. Number of players returning for Green Bay Glory. Emily McCarthy will come back. New on to the pitch. Believe that's Brenna Wilson. Also, Jordan Shodden comes on. 4:25 and 19. Corner kick for the Glory. Comes to the top of the 18. Glory with possession. Turn, shot, blocked by Crivello. Another corner kick to come for Glory.
Coming back on for the Glory, number 25, Brenna Wilson, number 4, Emily McCarthy, and number 19, Jordan Shodden.
Also believe Brenna Wilson came on, 25 for Green Bay Glory. 38th minute of this match, and We came in thinking that FC Milwaukee Torrent would be thinking more about goal differential than just getting the 3 points, but right now, it's the Glory with that goal in the second minute, still standing, ball to the far side, one touch. Had pace, didn't have accuracy, and Torrent are lucky because that was an unmarked Glory player running free in the form of Mallory Herber. But Herber unable to put it on frame. Goal kick for the Torrent, but that's a pass that goes directly to Gio Karras. She tries to play a shot on, but that also goes well off the mark. Let's be honest, folks, and it's not often we say this. Andy Davi on the bench right now, just trying to figure out what he can do with what the Glory have shown. The Glory have been the more aggressive team tonight. We don't say that often here at Hart Park. They've come out on a mission this evening, and they have looked good. Torrent have been taken by surprise by some of the Glory's tactics tonight. Ball played all the way back to the keeper, Jones. She'll play it over to the near side, Maya Alberts. Gio Karras with the dribble on the near side, out to touch. Throw in for the Glory and Gio Karras. Sent up and over the top, creative ball from Herber, but it goes out to touch for FC Milwaukee Torrent. 39th minute heading into the 40th. FC Milwaukee Torrent still down 1-0, and if Glory can go into the half with the 1-0 advantage, by all means, a moral victory for this Glory side that, again, has just 8 points right now. They are out of the chase, but they are playing tonight like they have literally nothing to lose. And right now, they're as far from losing as possible, although that's a ball to the far side. Redmond makes a nice move, gets inside the 18, gets past one, then two defenders. That'll get deflected out by Mess. Hits off the corner flag, but goes out to the goal line side, which means we will have a corner kick for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Maya Wilson will be the one to play it into the box. Looks like she's going to go with an outswinger. Raises the hand. Plays it outside the 6, headed first by the Glory. Skinner Barrett tries to curl a ball in, but doesn't get enough curl on it. Goal kick for the Glory. A stunning start for the Glory. And right now, still a stunning scoreline. If there are any folks with Chicago House AC or Bavarians who are tuning into this match right now, they have to be a little excited about what they're seeing. Kirch comes back on for the Green Bay Glory. Michaela Lagois.
Coming back for the Glory, number 10, Michaela Lagois.
Ball over the top, deflected off of the goal kick by FC Milwaukee Torrent. Sent to touch, throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Glory technical area believes that the ball was deflected by the Torrent. No call from Nemias Gutierrez. Thrown in, edge of the 6, bounces over the top of Layla Kelbel, cleared out by Glory. Touch towards the near side, but it's deflected away by Gio Karras. And now another breakaway opportunity appearing to form for Glory, but Torrent are able to cut it down. Good work by Krakowski. She will work together with both Wojcik and Hopma. Hopma will reverse the pitch and send it over to the far side. Wilson. Pass is taken away by the Glory. This is where the Glory are dangerous too. When the Torrent have been on the attack, but the Glory have been able to take possession away. With the Torrent's momentum moving down the pitch, Glory have looked to counter and have looked to play immediate through balls to try and catch that back line of FC Milwaukee Torrent a little flat-footed. 42nd minute of the match. Nice move by Skinner Barrett to get possession back. Krakowski into the middle. The wrapped hands of Maya Wilson. That ball is played towards goal, but no one from Torrent makes a run, and Bella Jones able to pick it cleanly. Sent forward by the back line of FC Milwaukee Torrent. Second ball won by Torrent, possessed by Wojcik. He'll try and break down her defender, makes one move to her right, curls the ball towards goal, but can't get much pace on it. Bella Jones able to field it on one hop. Looking more and more like FC Milwaukee Torrent, if they want to get an equalizer in this one, might have to wait until the second half to do it. Possession's been pretty equal in this match. To be honest, if you're Green Bay Glory, you might be asking yourself, where has this been all season long? Ball played over the top. Question as to whether or not the Glory are onside. Flag does not go up, but the ball was well beyond Brenna Wilson. So Kate Hopma is able to let it go into the 18. She'll restart things in the other direction. Torrent already at midfield. Good ball played forward by Kelbell, but cleared all the way back to Jones by Glory. Off the clearance by Jones. Still trying to establish possession. It comes to Green Bay Glory. Good first touch for Gio Carrots. Torrent have a lot of bodies around the ball. Finally, it's taken by Greta Hansen. She'll play it over to the near side. Skinner Barrett. Ball over the top. Is Wojcik onside? Same question. Maya Wilson. Ball goes over the goal line. And they'll say that Torrent were offside. Flag went up at the edge of the 18. Substitutes for Glory at the end of the first half. A couple of players returning in the form of Wiley Winrick and Jenna Scholes.
Coming back for the Glory, number 6, Riley Winrick, and number 7, Jenna Scholes.
Wiley Winrick, a product of Toma High School. She attends Michigan Tech. Toma Timberwolves saw what I believe were her parents here with their Toma Timberwolves bleacher chairs to the left of our broadcast position. After the offside call sent away by Jones, we are very close to stoppage time in the first half. Kirch sent down the pitch by Glory, but not a purposeful ball. It'll be played all the way back to the keeper by Hansen. Near side, Abby Hall. Waiting to see an indication as to just how much stoppage time we will have. That's a good ball over the top. Running it down. Petring plays a ball into the middle. Shot. Gets past the keeper for Kelbell. Goal number 1 for FC Milwaukee Torrent. It is an equalizer in the first minute of first half stoppage time, and it's 1-1. Layla Kelbell takes it from Petring and is able to slot it without much pace past Bella Jones. It was a matter of angle versus power, but the angle was there for Kelbell. She now has double-digit goals in this WPSL, season number 10 on the year for her, and we're back to level at 1.
Your first FC Milwaukee Torrent goal, scored by number 7, Layla Kelbell.
We're going to go ahead and give
In the 46th minute.
a second assist in addition to the one for Petring, at least by NCAA and high school standards, to Abby Hall, because she's really the one that started all of that for FC Milwaukee Torrent with that ball that she played down the pitch over the top to Petring. Great ball by Hall. Petring chases it down. Presence of mind to find Kelbell, and then Kelbell, such a great finisher for FC Milwaukee Torrent, and she's been in that spot so many different times. We're so used to seeing her take balls from Skinner Barrett from that left side. This time, it was Petring. A little total football for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Far side, Brenna Wilson. Torrent recovers defensively.
We're going to play a little total football.
In the sense that Petring comes forward, plays that ball to Kelbell, and again, just what we've seen from Kelbell through the years, there are so many different ways that she can beat you. And in that instance for Kelbell, it wasn't about pace. It was about making sure you got the keeper wrong-footed in Bella Jones and then putting it past her. And, Layla Kelbell, former Lake Country Lutheran product, Drake Bulldog, just like Kate Hopma back in goal for FC Milwaukee Torrent. But I'm going to be frank, that's D1 versus D3 right there, in the sense that you have Kelbell, a Drake Bulldog, as mentioned, going up against a keeper from UW Eau Claire. Nemias Gutierrez blows his whistle and points to the center circle. We had doubts for a few moments as to whether or not the Torrent could get an equalizer in the first half, but in the first minute of stoppage time, the Torrent get the answer they were looking for in the form of a Layla Kelbell goal, assisted by both Emily Petring and Abby Hall. And we are level at 1 as we head to the half. The Torrent need 3 points tonight. Right now they're sitting with 1. But there's still a lot of footy left to be played and a lot of time for either of these sides, both of which have looked very good in this match thus far, to get another goal in this contest. Good soccer through 45 minutes. We'll come back with the second 45 after this. This is FC Milwaukee Torrent Women's Soccer on the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube channel. Welcome back to Hart Park in Wauwatosa. We are level at 1 as we get set to begin the second half. Dan Pfeiffer with you from the west side of the Hart Park pitch. An exciting first half. It started quickly. Green Bay Glory, Laney Weichert gets out on a breakaway for Glory. Slots one past the keeper, Hopma. 2 Hopmas right in the second minute of the match. And the Glory had a 1-0 lead for most of the first half. We were even thinking that they were going to be headed into the half with that 1-0 lead. But at the end of the first half, FC Milwaukee Torrent turns things around. Layla Kelbel, after Emily Petring takes a great ball over the top from Abby Hall. Abby Hall, long-distance threat, not just with set pieces, but also with a ball like the one that she played that was ultimately a 60-yard ball over the top that Petring was able to run down. She slotted a ball across the 6 to Kelbel, who then made a move on the keeper, Jones, got her wrong-footed, and slotted it past Jones to Jones's right. And that's how FC Milwaukee Torrent got the equalizer to make it 1-1. But keep in mind, goal differential playing in for FC Milwaukee Torrent in addition to trying to get the 3 points. So even if FC Milwaukee Torrent should take the lead, and the way Glory is played tonight, to be honest with you, let's not assume that it's going to be easy for FC Milwaukee Torrent to take a lead in this match. But if FC Milwaukee Torrent should take the lead, they will likely not take their foot off the gas pedal in this one because goal differential may play in if they can get the 3 points tonight, and they will compete with House and Bavarians for the title of champions of the Lakeshore Conference in the WPSL Central Region. And part of the reason that we keep talking about that is the fact that, again, right now, Torrent and House are tied 2 points down from Bavarians, but Bavarians have played an extra match. They have played 8 matches on the campaign, whereas House and Torrent have played 7. House tonight scheduled to play Milwaukee City AFC, have not necessarily seen word as to whether or not that match will occur or not because City AFC has forfeited its last 2 matches. So entirely possible that City will choose not to take on House this evening at Eline Soccer Park. Get things back underway here in the second half. Torrent in their blue kits, moving from left to right. Green Bay Glory wearing the black with the purple numerals tonight, moving from right to left here in this second half of play. But FC Milwaukee Torrent, again, with at least from what we're seeing in the standings right now, and again, we have to explain that there may be more to it because of the forfeits in terms of goal differential. But right now, Torrent going into tonight, 2 goals left in terms of goal differential. And keep in mind, too, Torrent still have to play Bavarians next week to complete their campaign. So that match will be here at Hart Park on July 1st. Exciting match. Ideally, for Torrent, they get a victory tonight, and that puts them in a position where essentially that match against Bavarians can be for the Lakeshore Conference title. Good run on the ball by Jenna Bauman. FC Milwaukee Torrent able to stop it, though. Possession taken back by Glory quickly here. Jenna Scholes plays the ball to the far side. Nice ball to space. Bauman able to chase it down. Offside flag goes up, though. And Torrent will get a free kick. So a lot of implications with this match tonight. And the fact that FC Milwaukee Torrent saw Glory score a goal on them as quickly as they did, and Glory have come out again. This Glory side, 8 points on the season. Again, nothing to lose tonight. So they have played an aggressive brand of attacking soccer. That's a ball played forward. Offside flag goes up. Looked like 2 Glory players were offside. And straight off the jump, you see Weichert make a turn, take a ball, have a breakaway, and beat Kate Hopma, who was 6 yards off her line. And they get that 1-0 lead, and they had that 1-0 lead again for 44 minutes of the first half. The Torrent 2 get the equalizer right before they head in for break. And now it's 1-1 as we find ourselves in the 48th minute. Emily McCarthy has been a dangerous presence tonight for Glory. Great ball over the top. Jenna Bauman will chase that down. Torrent have to try and recover. Shot, save by Hopma. Hotma will now look to counter. Sends it out to the far side, and Skinner Barrett. Into the middle, Wilson. Glory will calm things down and will play the ball through the back. Sent forward, over the top. Maybe a question about whether or not Jenna Bauman was onside. Physical play on that far side. Ball taken by McCarthy. But we will get the whistle and the foul call as McCarthy knocked the defender down. Quick discussion between Namias Gutierrez and McCarthy before the Torrent get things started back up. Jones looking to work the ball to the near side. We have seen the Glory willing to apply pressure out of the back for FC Milwaukee Torrent, and if anything, that might be part of what Torrent saw in terms of setting things up for that goal. That's a ball that comes forward. McCarthy on the near side now. Plays the ball into the middle. Hotma fortunate that Weichert wasn't able to get a touch on that one. Had she gotten a touch, that could have been goal number 2 for Green Bay Glory. Green Bay Glory on the attack tonight has been a team possessed. And speaking of possessed, they get possession back momentarily, although it'll go to the far side. Abby Hall will play that back towards the keeper, Hotma. Good challenge once again by Green Bay Glory. We see Weichert. Just the fire that we're seeing out of Emily McCarthy and Lainey Weichert. Weichert, one of the few players on the Glory roster who did not play high school soccer in Wisconsin. She's from Muscatine, Iowa, but she plays her college soccer at UW Green Bay. That's a ball into the middle headed towards goal, but well wide of the mark, and it will go out across the goal line. Goal kick for FC Milwaukee Torrent, but wow, in the middle, Wiley Rinrich comes forward, and she's able to get ahead on that one in a very dangerous spot. Redman. She's looked good here in the last minutes of the first half and here in the second half. We saw her grab for her lower back earlier in the first half, but it looks like she's feeling fine now. It's a ball over the top. Skinner Barrett thought about giving chase, but it was too central. Instead, Glory takes possession. Skinner Barrett, though, able to knock it away from Kirch. Or Scholes, we should say, on the far side. Glory get possession back, though. Already past the defender to the near side. Weichert trying to break down Crivello. Looking to send the ball to the near side and Bauman, but plays it once again too central. Kirch gets it back for Glory, looking for a 1-2 ball. Too far forward for her. Opportunity to counter for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Great pass. Ellie Redman in the clear at the edge of the 18. Fighting off a defender. Takes a shot. Saved by Jones. Cleared away by Glory. Good work by the Glory to recover. That ball is played well forward. Well off her line. Hotma. Offside flag goes up against Glory. McCarthy too far forward. No matter where you are watching this match tonight, even if you are watching in Portugal, you have to be thrilled by what you've seen thus far. Argentina. Shot. Off the crossbar. Up and over. Kelbell with the leaping volley. Hits off the top of the crossbar. Looked like it was going well high, but it dipped at the last second and became quite dangerous. Even though it pounced up and over. Glory with possession back. Good work by Redmond to keep it on. Deflects off a Glory player. Fortunate bounce for the Glory. On the run, Weichert, 1v1 off her line. Hotma able to disrupt enough to keep that one from becoming a second Glory goal. It goes out over the goal line after the deflection, and we'll get a corner kick for Green Bay Glory. That time in the 1v1 situation, Hotma said, I'm not going to play this in between. She remembered what happened on that goal in the second minute. Came all the way out to the edge of the 18, and disrupted Weichert enough such that Weichert, while she tried to play a ball around her, couldn't keep possession. Defender comes over for the Torrent to help. In the middle, McCarthy is there. Cleared away, though, by FC Milwaukee Torrent in the end. Once again, McCarthy ricochets off a teammate's head. Now it's possessed by FC Milwaukee Torrent, Maya Wilson. To be honest with you, Torrent getting just as good of a challenge from Glory tonight as they got from House over the weekend, if not better. Glory came into this match very well prepared. Taken away, though, by FC Milwaukee Torrent. Dispossessed in the back. Shot saved by Jones. Quick dispossession on the part of the Torrent. But unable to finish was Petrie. We do see Adriana Alberts at midfield for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Clearance by the Glory will be played back to the keeper by Crivello, and then will be just sent towards the near side stands by Hopma. It'll be a throw-in for Glory, but before that throw-in, Torrent will bring Alberts on. She will replace Lola Wojcik. Whistle, foul. Glory too strong on the challenge. Ball sent to the far side. Skinner Barrett tries to get it with momentum, but it's stripped off of her feet. Then that ball is played forward. Look at the effort by Weichert. What a motor. She's able to get it, pops it over the top of the goal. Weichert, after a couple touches, decides to strike early, hoping to catch Hopma off her line and put it over the top of her. Fortunately for FC Milwaukee Torrent, she put it over the top of everything. Nice turn by Alberts, fresh into the match for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Playing a central defensive midfield position is Adriana Alberts, and of course we'll have to differentiate between Adriana Alberts and Maya Alberts when she is out there. Another good ball, but all three Torrent defenders collapse upon. Jenna Bauman goes out to touch, though, and it will be a corner kick for Green Bay Glory. Coming over is Winrich. Riley Winrich. Michigan Tech Wolf. In-swinger with the corner. In the middle. McCarthy with the header. It goes just wide of the near post. Backwards header from Emily McCarthy. Glory have threatened many times in this match. McCarthy, also a former Kimberly papermaker. Getting set to play for Chris Allen's side at Marquette after transferring from St. Thomas. Sent out. Touched out under the bench by Allison Roche in a outstanding athletic move by Emily Petring to try and get the restart quickly, hopping over the Torrent bench in the technical area, the literal metal bench there. However, She couldn't get to it quick as she wanted to. Near side Kelbell. Sent out. Went off Kelbell's foot. Goal kick for the Glory. Good defensive work by Allison Roche for Green Bay Glory. '58th minute, heading into the 59th, and an action-packed match. Some of the finest women's club summer soccer you will see at this level on this gorgeous Wednesday night here in Wauwatosa. Skies have cleared a little bit now. There are some storms to the north of us where we are, according to our broadcast producer, Kevin O'Connor, but the more you look to the south, red sky at night, sailor's delight. Throw in to come for Green Bay Glory. Good work by Skinner Barrett, but her touch is taken away. Torrent can have some patience. We'll get a whistle and a foul. Glory player goes flying, but she is the one who will be assessed with the offense. Ball played to the near side, Redmond. Challenge on the touch for Petring. Two Glory players in Petring's vicinity. Goes out. Off of Petring. Throw in for the Glory. Taken quickly. Couple touches there. That's Abby Lam who's back out there for Green Bay Glory. She subbed off in the first half. Lam, another Kimberly Papermaker for Green Bay Glory. Ball played towards the far side. Torrent really having to work the angles even defensively tonight. That ball is played out to touch, throw in for Glory, and that ball goes all the way into the throws pit here. Soccer ball becomes a shot put. Throw in for Glory. Played to the far side, Glory offside. Torrent brought their line forward, and it worked. Couple subs set to come on for Green Bay Glory. That is Callie Drexler once again coming back in for Green Bay Glory, joined by Mess, Brianna Morrissey.
Coming out for the Glory, number 20, Callie Drexler, number 26, Brianna Morrissey.
They will replace Winrich and Scholes. Glory not at all content to settle for a point in this one. They have really applied the pressure and are continuing to do so. As you see here, Weicker forcing the issue. Torrent have to play the ball to the near side. Crivello over the top looking for Redmond. That has worked for them a couple times tonight. Contact on Redmond. She's still able to possess. Edge of the 18. Looking for a cross. Plays a low cross. It comes into the middle. Kelbell sliding attempt. No. Second sliding attempt for Skinner Barrett. Also no. Redmond is still down. Andy Davi very upset in the Torrent technical area. Whistle stoppage. Kelbell still down for FC Milwaukee Torrent, just inside the 6. Trainer summoned on. Andy Davi will come out, probably have to take a look at Kelbell, but also do not be surprised if he has a word or two for Nemias Gutierrez. A lot of contact a couple different times there, right in front of the goal. Great work by the Glory, including Bella Jones, the keeper, to keep the ball out of the net, but you can watch it back if you want to. We're going to roll it back ourselves here. Sometimes it's helpful for us to watch this back in 50% speed on YouTube. One of the nice features of this Google product that we broadcast our games on. Kelbell back on her feet. A little scraped up from what it looks like. They might have to tape her back up, but she may just head back out there after they do that. Does look like they're going to have to wrap up Kelbell's arm a little bit. Played into the middle. There was shoulder-to-shoulder contact against Kelbell. She went down on her own. Referee also went down, oddly enough. Had to duck to get out of the way of the clearance by the Glory, which was just a deflection. In fact, the ball hit off of the top of the head of the referee, Nemias Gutierrez. Ball over the top. Torrent wasting no time after they restart the match. Torrent just playing a woman down right now. Now they're going to send out a substitute with the ball well in the attacking half. No need to go to the center official. On comes Isabella Middlestedt. Part of the
Number 29, Isabella Middlestedt.
Part of the Middlestedt family that has had great success in Muskego. Bella Middlestedt. Corner kick, FC Milwaukee Torrent. Muskego just finished as runners-up in the WIAA State Championships in Division I to DSHA. Ended a run of 4 straight state titles for that club. Corner to come. Krakowski to take. In the middle, knocked down. Skinner Barrett up and over the top. Skinner Barrett kind of went down as she tried to take that shot, and that ended up forcing her foot too far underneath the ball. As a result, all she could do was send it high up into the air, and it goes well over the goal.
Coming out for the Glory, number 9.
Returning for the Glory, Haley Leadingham, replacing McCarthy. Emily McCarthy has looked outstanding tonight for Green Bay Glory. 66th minute of this match. Here we were talking about goal differential so much of this night, and let's be honest, folks, Torrent will be happy right now if they can walk away with a victory. Still need a goal to do it. Still have to keep Glory off the board. Near side, offside flag goes up against Glory and Weichert. Lainey Weichert, talented player up top for Green Bay Glory with that goal in the second minute. Feisty forward from, again, Muscatine, Iowa. Only had one shot for the Phoenix as the Torrent are caught offside. Last year, as a junior, saw 191 minutes of time. Returning for FC Milwaukee Torrent is Kelbell. Middlestedt will come off. That being said, Weichert, even though she only saw 191 minutes of time as a junior, actually started in 14 of 16 matches as a freshman. Scored her first collegiate goal against the Mastodons of Purdue Fort Wayne, played out 984 minutes when she was a freshman at UW Green Bay. So maybe a little surprised that her playing time has dipped as it has through the years from what we're seeing here, because she has looked outstanding tonight. Looks ready to go, both for the Glory and certainly for the Phoenix once the college season comes around. Ball played forward. Giving chase is Petring. She had an assist on the first goal. Stops at the edge of the 18. Plays the ball towards the middle. Tries to put a right-footed shot on. Can't do it. Momentarily cleared by the Glory, but it's deflected away. Skinner Barrett back into the middle. Twisting, turning. Cleared once again by Glory. Edge of the 18. Wojcik. Ball taken off of her feet. Now Glory looking to counter. Ball played into the middle. That is Weichert there. She'll slow things down for the Glory. Ball sent into the middle. Crivello, contact made with her as she tries to head it forward. Taken momentarily by Weichert. Near side. Torrent get possession back. Redman. Played out. Throw in for Glory. 69th minute of this match. Still level at 1. But there has been plenty of attacking soccer in this match. This has not been a park the bus kind of match. Both teams playing high lines, a lot of quality through balls, a lot of chances on goal in this match, both ways. Still level at 1, though. Andy Davi made the motion for the call and got it. We'll also have a substitution coming on for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Maya Wilson will return.
Coming out for the Torrent, number 23, Maya Wilson.
She replaces Shea Krakowski. Redman. Throw along the wing. Touched out by Roche for the Glory. Another throw in to come for Redman. Redman with good peripheral vision. Don't know where she's going to throw it from her approach. Thrown towards Kelbell, sent into the middle, right in front of the goal, leaping challenge. Eventually the ball comes to Jones. And we're going to have a booking after the challenge that will go against Green Bay Glory. Lola Wojcik came in with a move that looked like something out of the Karate Kid. Flying, right leg in the air, ends up getting knocked to the ground. And in the aftermath, booking against Glory. And now there's conversation between the player that was booked, and it's a little bit too far away for us right now to get an idea on who that player is. We're waiting for her to turn around. Looks like, I believe that's Haley Leadingham, having a lengthy conversation also with Wojcik, trying to take matters into her own hands, it looks like here, both saying that Wojcik came in with a dangerous challenge and then scolding Wojcik after she got booked, no less. Someone tell Haley Leadingham to check the color of her kit. It's black, not pink right now. Now, after the booking, looks like we're going to have a set piece here for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Ten yards marked off. This is from 19 yards out. Just outside the 18. It's indirect. One touch. Ball played towards the far side. Looking for Skinner Barrett on the run. Can't find her.
On the previous play, there was a yellow card on Green Bay Glory. I'm not going to say who.
We think it was on Leadingham. We aren't fully sure about that. But the Torrent can't capitalize off of what initially was the indirect free kick following the yellow card. Now, Redman near side. Good work by Allison Roche. Redman goes down. No whistle. Glory get possession. 1v3. Look at the work by Kelbell. Able to get possession back. Plays the ball towards the middle. Wilson. Looking far side. Nice run. Skinner Barrett plays the ball across. Goes beyond the hand of Jones. Goes out. Goal kick, Green Bay Glory. Hits off the corner flag and goes out on the goal line side. Didn't look like Jones got a hand on that one. Thought it was beyond her hand, but question there for Skinner Barrett as to whether or not she was trying to play that on goal, trying to look for the angle to the far post, or was looking for a cross. No one for the Torrent coming across on the run. Now Glory on the de facto counter. Near side, Weichert has worked so hard tonight. Plays across, just inside the 18, on the hop, coming up. Kate Hopma gets it on the upswing. Over the top. One bounce off the punt. 50-50 ball won by Kirch for Glory. Taken off of her feet, though. Petring. Physical defense. She's whistled for the foul. Thought for a moment they were going to let that play on. Nemias Gutierrez. Instead blows his whistle. Glory. Back in the attacking third. Inside the 18, handled by Hopma. Hope you've enjoyed this one out there in YouTube land, folks. Been a very good match between Green Bay Glory and FC Milwaukee Torrent. Out to the near side, throw in for Glory, but they will have substitutes come on. Kerry Gio-Karis will return.
Coming up for the Glory, number 3, Kerry Gio-Karis, number 6, Riley Winrich, and number 7, Jenna Scholes.
Joined by Wiley Winrich and Jenna Scholes. Physical challenge. No whistle. To be honest with you, I don't mind that non-call, if only because it was the aggressiveness with which Bauman came through, and she kind of bounced off of the defensive player more so than was taken down. No need to call anything on Bauman there, and no need to call anything on the Torrent players who weren't looking in her direction. Looked like that might have come off a Glory hand. Play on, says our referee. Played forward by Maya Wilson. Too far forward. The only one who can track that down is Bella Jones. 76th minute. Second ball. Won initially by the Glory, but we'll have a whistle and a foul against the Glory for one of the challenges after the clearance by Jones. Torrent, restart quickly. Torrent working with 4 in the back at the moment. But again, they need 3 points tonight. Taken away by Glory. Maybe a little too early for Andy Davi to really consider pushing forward, maybe even bringing in different personnel. And part of the reason is the fact the Glory have been so threatening on the attack. Glory would have been called offside there had they made a move on the ball. However, Hopma instead. Glory take it back. Ricochets off Crivello. Winrich. Played forward on the run. Weichert can't catch up to it before it goes across the touchline. Time starting to become an enemy of the Torrent here. 77th minute. Torrent not only need a finish, they need more possession, to be honest with you. Cal Bell over the top. This might be a chance to counter. Petring on the run. Big heavy touch. Coming off her line is the keeper, and that's going to be an error. It's a goal for Petring. Bella Jones came off her line, but Petring got to it first. Played a beautiful angle to the far post and just put it inside. Petring now with a goal and an assist in this match. The goal comes in the 77th minute, and the Torrent take a 2-1 advantage. An absolutely gigantic goal for FC Milwaukee Torrent. And so much credit to Emily Petring.
Second FC Milwaukee Torrent goal scored by number 12, Emily Petrie.
It came on the counter.
The goal came in the 77th minute. FC Milwaukee Torrent goal, Petrie, 77th minute.
Kelbell set it up. Petring took that big, heavy first touch. But it was perfect, absolutely perfect, because it was hard enough to bring the keeper Jones off her line, but not hard enough that Petring couldn't chase it down first. And what an angle on that shot, my goodness. A huge goal, a pretty goal, and the Torrent do take the 2-1 lead. Still time for the Torrent to add to it too, although Kelbell swing and a miss, strike one. Into the middle. Don't think that Glory aren't going to try and get an answer here. They're going to give the Torrent everything they have. Whistle. Call on the near side. We are a tad distracted by a loud siren going off. That might be the tornado siren, I think. With the storms to the north of here, linesman is coming over to talk to the official about a play that occurred in the back. Again, storms to the north of us, so there might be concern about the storm siren going off. And it does look like they are going to call the players off the pitch. There is the announcement now over the automated system here at Hart Park that there is lightning in the area. The match will be paused at the 78:55 mark, and both sides will have to leave the pitch due to lightning in the area. So the siren, part of the automated storm sensing system here.
Lightning warning has been triggered. We need all attendees and participants.
So everyone on the pitch is going to have to head back to the locker room. We're going to have to wait at least a half an hour. More than likely, it's going to be more than that, but with lightning in the area, this is a dangerous situation for everyone in Hart Park, so we will send all of the supporters back to their vehicles. We'll send the teams back to their locker rooms along with the officials. We'll hang out in the press box, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the broadcast on pause. We may come back on occasion to give you updates as to what the weather situation is, but we are in the 79th minute of this match, and by the way, with this being in the 79th minute, how big now is that goal for Torrent? Because it is entirely possible that this match could end up being called if the weather does not clear over the course of the next hour or two. And if this match is called, that goal and this scoreline stands and the Torrent still get the 3 points. Yes, we've talked about goal differential and only beating the Glory by 1 goal compared to the 3 goals that the Torrent won by up in Green Bay. Perhaps not ideal, but certainly better than only taking 1 point and putting your chances in this Lakeshore Conference in serious peril. An absolutely enormous goal for Emily Petring just before the lightning sirens go off. And the Torrent have a 2-1 advantage as we go into this weather delay. Again, not assuming that this match is over. Storms to the north of here may blow in any direction. No rain here at Hart Park right now, but there is lightning close enough that they are sending everyone off the pitch. So we will take pause on the broadcast in a few moments due to the lightning delay. We'll give you occasional updates as we get them. The hope will be that the lightning will pass through. It will, again, be at least a half an hour. Teams will have to come back out onto the pitch and get warmed back up if the lightning does pass through the area. That'll take a good 5-10 minutes. Then we would resume the match from where it left off at the 78:55 mark. Glory still trying to get a goal, obviously, to see if they can get a point out of this. Again, more for moral support than anything else, given that Glory, again, has the 8 points on the season. They are out of the championship chase in the Lakeshore Conference, but boy, Glory, again, they have played tonight like they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. And they have put one of the best challenges the Torrent have seen in any match this season up against FC Milwaukee Torrent in this contest. Not a surprise either. I mean, this is the third time these two teams have seen each other. We talked about it in the Open. USASA Amateur Cup playback on May 27th. That was a 6-3 match, and you can see how a scoreline like 6-3 can come from the way these two teams play. And then that 4-1 match where Torrent got the win over Glory in league play on June 10th, 2 weeks ago. But for now, we do have to take pause on the broadcast. We are in a lightning delay. And we are going to take pause on the broadcast momentarily. Again, when we have updates, we will come back with them. 79th minute, Torrent 2, Glory 1. This is FC Milwaukee Torrent Women's Soccer on the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube channel. Welcome back on the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube channel. This match between FC Milwaukee Torrent and Green Bay Glory, women's soccer match in the WPSL big match in the Lakeshore Conference. And just popping back on real quick, Dan Pfeiffer with you from Hart Park, where the weather situation has not really changed over the course of the past half an hour or so. We are still suspended in this match right now in the 79th minute. To give you a little bit of play-by-play on what we've seen in the skies, it has gotten darker, so it's not necessarily as easy to see the clouds. We have seen the dark clouds that have contained the storm somewhat move over Hart Park a little bit more. However, we have not yet gotten any rain here. That being said, we have still seen some lightning at times. There is some clearance to the northwest, but to the due north, it's still very, very dark over the houses and Left's Lucky Town to the north of the pitch here at Hart Park. So for the time being, we are still in a lightning delay, and there has been more lightning that has come up during the delay, so that will extend the delay each time there is a lightning strike. That resets the clock. We have to be completely clear of lightning for a half an hour before the match can restart. It is all on an automated system here, which, to be honest with you, it's a brand new system. We heard the siren go off. It's the first time I've ever heard the siren here, so didn't even know what it was for. Thought maybe it was a situation going on down the street with something with law enforcement or whatever. No, it was the automated siren. And now it is worth noting that we are seeing the referees at least walk back onto the pitch and the sides. So perhaps we are at least getting closer to having a restart, and they may allow the teams to begin to warm up prior to the lightning delay coming to a full conclusion if they feel the lightning is at least clear enough in order to try and at least get the final minutes of this match in. If the lightning would not clear through the area in a reasonable amount of time, this match would be complete. All they had to do was start the second half. And once again, keep in mind, the Torrent got that goal in the 77th minute from Emily Petring, assisted by Layla Kelbel, that put them up 2-1. And again, with the standings being what they are in this Lakeshore Conference, just a huge goal, especially given the timing for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Although, again, we do see the sides coming back out onto the pitch now. You can see it on your screen. So hopefully we will be able to complete this match. And it's been an outstanding match. Green Bay Glory getting a goal in the second minute. Lainey Weichert getting out on a breakaway, making a move, beating keeper Kate Hopma, and scoring a goal to get the Glory on the board. And they had that lead throughout most of the first half, and we do mean most. But in the first minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half, Layla Kelbel took a great ball from Petring that was delivered to Petring by Abby Hall out of the back. Petring able to find Kelbel on the far side. She takes an angle past the keeper, Bella Jones, and that levels the match at 1 just before halftime. Then you get Petring with the goal in the second half to then make it 2-1 in favor of FC Milwaukee Torrent. So the sides are back out onto the pitch. And the hope is that with a few minutes of warm-up, they'll be able to get back out there and we'll be able to complete the match. You can see both sides now actually beginning to warm up. You can see the Torrent doing some of their running drills, Glory doing some talking about what they want to approach the second part of the second half, let's say, how they want to approach the final few minutes of this match here. And again, with this restart, what we have seen out of Glory is that in the first half, they came out quickly. In the second half, they had a lot of opportunities. And we mentioned it before we went to the lightning delay, the fact that these two sides, in their first two matches that they played against each other this season, both a USASA Amateur Cup match and a WPSL match back on June 10th, combined for 14 goals between the two sides. Torrent win the first match, that Amateur Cup match, to make them Region 2 champions 6-3. Then, in the league match up at Aldo Santaga Stadium, it was Torrent 4, Glory 1, as they got the first two goals of the match and then got a couple of goals in stoppage time as well in the second half to pull away late in that contest. But Glory have given Torrent a match in this one, and they had a number of opportunities in the second half to go back up, have really challenged Kate Hoppa at times tonight. Meanwhile, FC Milwaukee Torrent ultimately, the number of opportunities between these two sides has been just about equal. It's just that Torrent have had a little bit more quality when they've been in the attacking third, and that is the difference right now. So we are going to momentarily take pause here once again. We don't know exactly when this match is going to start back up. We haven't been informed as to how much time the teams are getting for warm-up. It looks like FC Milwaukee Torrent's just about ready to go. They're just in front of their technical area, bouncing up and down. Any formal warm-ups that they have done appear to be concluded. Green Bay Glory now getting back out there, and they're doing a little bit more work to get back warmed up. And we did see in the chat a message informing us that one of the Glory supporters was saying they thought Bella Jones had come out of goal for Green Bay Glory, and indeed the keeper that we see warming up for Green Bay Glory is Tabby Lemons. She is a UW Parkside goalkeeper. They have been a factory of goalkeepers through the years. She is also an alum of Luxembourg Casco High School, so it was Lemons. We believe, we will take the supporters' word for it, that Lemons has been in goal here in the second half. We have been saying Jones. Not always easy with the keepers to know when a change is made, particularly when it's made at the half, so we apologize for that. But Lemons is the one who apparently was beaten by Petring on that second goal for FC Milwaukee Torrent. As we see the teams take back to the pitch, we're going to take that back. We're actually going to keep it here, as it looks like we're going to get this started back up. It's been an interesting thing here at Hart Park, too, because the sirens went off. There is a yellow siren on top of the press box that is still on right now, and yet there are tennis courts behind our broadcast position, as well as, of course, the newfangled trend that is sweeping the country of pickleball. The pickleball players are still pickleballing well behind our broadcast position. There were tennis players playing through the siren that now have completed their match, apparently. Love knows no bounds, if you will. There was a band that was playing as part of a festival going on here at Hart Park to the east of us. They kept playing through the lightning delay, but they are now done with what they're doing. It is much more quiet here at Hart Park than it had been. So now what we will do is, it looks like both sides are back on the pitch. We're going to have a drop ball to restart things at the 78:55 mark. Clock is rolling, and we are back underway between the Torrent and the Glory. And unsurprisingly, the Glory try and attack quickly straight off the restart. Ball over to the far side. It'll stay on 1v1. Torrent able to get the clearance. That'll be a ball played to the far side. Petring trying to chase it down. Sent out by Glory. It'll go out 2-touch and under a bench over there, and Torrent will take their time to head over there and get the ball. We are back underway.
I have been informed that the park will go dark at 9:30, so in 12 minutes or so, the lights will be turned off.
Part of the reasoning behind, we are being informed just now here in the box, the reason why they are restarting the match now, a little early even with some of the lightning delays, is that there is a Hart Park rule that the park will have to go dark at 9:30. A little bit of a surprise, as certainly there are high school football games that go on much later than that. Maybe that's a summer restriction here at Hart Park, but the park will go dark at 9:30. It is currently 9:18 Central Daylight Time here in Wauwatosa. We are in the 80th minute, so ultimately there may not be much time before the park goes dark. So they're going to restart this match, and they're going to try and get it in, and with the Lightning passing at least far enough to the north that both sides and the officials feel comfortable enough playing on, we play on. Ball to the near side, Emily McCarthy. She'll play a ball over the top, actually goes over the top of Abby Hall to the far side. Chased down, that's Gio Karras. Offside flag goes up. Torrent get a touch. Now we'll get the whistle for the offside call, as it's clear that Torrent will not get possession. And we'll slow things down. It's a match that's had a little bit of everything, and some of the Glory supporters who made their way down from northeastern Wisconsin are now making their way back into the stands. Very limited number of people still left here. Understandably, some folks probably left. or are still waiting in their cars. Again, a bit of a confusing situation. If folks are looking to, again, that yellow siren on top of the press box for the all clear signal, that siren is still going off. But again, the teams have agreed that they want to try and get this in, since apparently the park is going to go dark at 9:30. Ball played over to the far side. Good challenge. Skinner Barrett able to take it away. She's got room in front of her, but it's taken off of her feet. Good work by the Glory. Glory maybe look a step slower after the delay. As much energy as they expelled in this match during the first 79 minutes, they put on the one charge after the restart, but it takes a lot out of you to stop and start on a humid night like this. Big flash of lightning, by the way, off to the northeast, but we'll pretend we didn't see that. It's just difficult as an athlete when you're thrown out of your rhythm. You have played an outstanding match, and all credit to the Glory. They have looked really good at times tonight. Offside flag goes up too far forward, Emily McCarthy. But you give up the goal, you're in a position where you know you need to try and get an equalizer. And again, the Glory out of the chase for the championship in the Lakeshore Conference, so nothing really to lose tonight. And you just start to kind of play with that greater sense of urgency, and then all of a sudden you get the lightning delay. And now you have to come back out and try and find that urgency once again after you've been idle for upwards of a half an hour. Throw in for the Glory. Winrich. Taken off of her feet. Outstanding defensive work. Teamwork by the Torrent. Both Rebman and Wilson combining to take the ball away from Winrich for a moment. However, it is taken momentarily by the Glory. Just working her way around the edge of the 18. Knocked away from the feet of Baumann. Now sent down the pitch. Torrent again could use another goal to help their goal differential. Chasing it down. Petring tries to play a ball towards the middle. Giving chase. Catching it. Maya Wilson. Challenge. Goes off of the Glory. Corner kick for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Two balls skitter towards the corner quickly as the Torrent really trying to maybe get one more goal to help that goal differential, which could play in. Again, with a mass of teams near the top of this Lakeshore Conference. Again, Torrent came into the night with a goal differential 2 goals worse than that of Chicago House, whom they are tied with right now, headed up and over the crossbar. So nothing comes of that opportunity for FC Milwaukee Torrent. The mad scramble that this match has been comes back to the pace that it was at before the lightning delay, as FC Milwaukee Torrent now are playing with a sense of urgency. Ball sent into the 18, taken back by FC Milwaukee Torrent. Out to touch, throw in for the Glory. The way the Glory have played tonight, again, the Torrent have to be happy just to be coming away with the 3 points if they can keep this scoreline as it is. But they're looking maybe for one more goal. Stop, nice step over move. Cross into the box, collected by the keeper, Lemons. Looking to start on the counter, nice dummy. But good work by Abby Hall. Out to touch. Throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent. We had a crash test dummies reference here in the press box after I used the word dummy to describe the fake, which adds to all of the 90s music references we had earlier. Head-to-head contact, player down for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Understandable that we'll have a quick stoppage here. A little surprised with Petring going down in that way that the official did not stop play to check on her further. That might have something to do, again, with the chance that this park might go dark in just a little while. Ball played over to the far side. Let's not forget, Glory could get an equalizer. Outside the 18. Played across. In the middle. Great move by Hopma. McCarthy was in the area. She was well short of where the ball came, but Hotma decided not to take the risk. Played back to the near side. Out to touch. Throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Getting handed a new ball by Glory manager Elliot Bordini. Ellie Redmond throws it down the near side, trying to go with a nifty back heel over the top. Petring couldn't do it. Instead, she just knocks out. Throw in for the Glory. Abby Lom. Nice deflection by Petring. Cleared by Kirch. Headed forward, Skinner Barrett. One touch on the part of Wojcik, but that'll just go to the keeper Lemons. 88th minute of the match. Intrigue at both ends. Glory won an equalizer. Torrent want to help that goal differential. This match has just been played at breakneck speed most of the night, except during the lightning delay. Whistling a foul against the Torrent and Wilson. Perhaps fair to call this a rivalry. Definitely not a derby, obviously, with Glory being based in the Fox Valley and FC Milwaukee Torrent here in the Brew City. But, again, Carrie Giocaris at one point in time played for FC Milwaukee Torrent. The Torrent were part of the inspiration and motivation for her to create the Glory up in the Fox Valley. McCarthy, well challenged, cleared by FC Milwaukee Torrent. One touch by Petring, near side. Wilson, under control, plays the ball forward looking for Petring and instead deflects off the Glory. Glory try and play a ball forward. It looked like McCarthy was well offside. Out to touch. Throw in for FC Milwaukee Torrent. 89th minute. Sent forward by Lob. Looking for Weichert. She has not slowed down. Weichert had the goal way back in the second minute. Ball played into the middle. Can't get a touch, the Glory. Kirch chases it, gets it, plays it back. Sent back towards the middle. McCarthy, nice first touch. Shot on and in! My goodness! Emily McCarthy! Something out of the Ronaldo playbook. An equalizer in the 89th minute. Emily McCarthy with a goal that could change the fate of the season for FC Milwaukee Torrent. An unbelievable angle. Great work on the first touch. And we are level again at 2. Unbelievable. Torrent now desperate to try and get a goal. Looking for a word on stoppage time. Ball played to the near side. That's McCarthy again. McCarthy takes a shot. That goes over the crossbar and wide to the right. Substitute coming on.
Coming out for the Glory, number 7, Jenna Scholes.
Jenna Scholes returns for Glory. McCarthy takes 2 touches on a ball from the back. One to settle the ball, one to shoot. We are into stoppage time, and again, we may just play until the lights go out here at Hart Park. Torrent got a goal just before the lightning delay. Ball deflected by the Glory. Glory may look to clear. Torrent pushing way forward. Understandably so. Redmond near side. Keeps it on. Flag goes up. Indication of a throw-in. Looked like she kept it on. Linesman was right there. He disagrees.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Headed forward by FC Milwaukee Torrent.
2, 1.
Waiting to see here if the lights go out. Our computer time is past 9:30. Taken away by FC Milwaukee Torrent. The next question is, what if the Torrent take a shot and the ball is in the air and then it goes in the goal after the lights go out? Headed backwards, corner kick, FC Milwaukee Torrent. Literally a race against the darkness right now. Into the middle, headed towards goal. It goes in! It goes in as the lights go out! The referee blows his whistle!
I don't know. Is that a goal? I can't.
We can't even tell if it is or isn't a goal because we can't see the referee!
Dan, you called it. Did you call it?
It is one of the most unbelievable finishes you will ever see in a soccer match. And if it's a goal for FC Milwaukee Torrent, it keeps their chances at the postseason alive. Will we even be able to see the official point to the center circle?
That ball went in as the lights went on.
A yellow card has been shown. We can see that through the darkness.
Let me see if I can.
We may have to send someone downstairs to understand. Another yellow card has been shown. Absolute madness at Hart Park. Absolute madness. Torrent are shaking hands. They think they've won the match. We don't know for sure. One of the most insane finishes you will ever see in a soccer match. We still don't know whether or not this is a goal. We're trying to find out. Ball was headed towards goal and was clearly going in as the lights went out. In your life, you will never see another finish like this. Referees are walking off. There were bookings also at the end. We'll find out momentarily. It's a goal. It's a win for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. As the lights go out at Hart Park, the Torrent score and get the victory.
Final score, FC Milwaukee 3.
Ellie Rebman in the middle, and the ball literally goes into the goal as the lights extinguish.
Who scored it?
Ellie Rebman with the goal. You will never see anything like that ever in your life ever again.
The final goal was scored by number 5, Ellie Redmond.
One of the craziest finishes maybe in the history of the WPSL. Ball went across the goal line. Skinner Barrett went over to spot it for the corner. Took the corner. It went straight off of Redmond's head and in as the lights went out in Georgia. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Not just the way it was scored, but the consequence of the goal. The Torrent get the 3 points. They are likely tied with House. We will make the assumption that House either got a forfeit victory or defeated Milwaukee City AFC. There's a chance that match could be going on. It was technically scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight, but wow. Just a stunning finish. A stunning finish to the match. Absolutely insane. Goals for FC Milwaukee Torrent in the first minutes of stoppage time in the first half by Layla Kelbel. In the 77th minute by Emily Petring and by Ellie Redman in the third minute of stoppage time in the second half as the lights go out at Hart Park. It's like something out of a movie. If the lights would have exploded, it would have been the natural. My goodness. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Well, you know what, folks? Hey, we don't get me wrong. Hey, we could sit here and we could talk about this one for another 2 hours, but we got to bring this broadcast to a close. A win for FC Milwaukee Torrent. It adds intrigue to that match against Bavarians next week. Goodness. 2 goals for Green Bay Glory. The goal in the second minute by Eleni Weichert and the Emily McCarthy goal in the 89th minute to equalize. The Torrent somehow find an answer late. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. For Kevin O'Connor, for Andy Davi, for every one of you out there who was watching this one, no matter where you are around the world, take a breather, folks. My name's Dan Pfeiffer. Be a fan. Thanks for tuning in. Do catch us the next time. Once again, FC Milwaukee Torrent 3, Green Bay Glory 2. Good night, and good luck making your way home in the darkness. This has been FC Milwaukee Torrent Women's Soccer on the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube channel.